Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Werewolf the Forsaken, the Bitches of Brewery Park. I'm your storyteller for the evening, Kelly, and let's introduce the players who are going to be with us tonight. Hello, Pack. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, so why don't we just start on my left?
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Megan Butler, the Uratha Ironmaster.
Hello, I'm Amy, and I am playing Kate Powers, the Ailadoth Ironmaster.
I'm Jen, and I'm playing Brighton Lee, the Kahala Stormlord.
Hello, I'm Caitlin, and I'm playing Clara Iwatani, the Rahu Ironmaster.
So many Iron Masters.
So many Iron Masters. Iron Masters are best masters. Okay, and that
I will master
should...
the iron.
Check your... Input device appears to not be responding. Okay. Oh, that's why.
My clothes will never be wrinkled.
All right. All right. Can I get everybody to be quiet for 1 sec? Charlie? Okay. Sorry. The dog was off camera licking his foot, and it was just like I'm trying to get a little bit of noise for the podcast version of this. Like the room tone was just. So we're off to a great start there. All right, so if you're joining us this time, this is episode 2, which means that there has been an episode 1. I hope you go back and watch it. It's available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/dorktales, or presently it's on twitch.tv/dorktales for like another 2 weeks. Thanks for everybody waiting an extra week. 2.5 of us were ill last week, and so we're doing this makeup session instead. And then our next session will either be next weekend or the weekend after, because we were supposed to be going down to Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, and the whole thing got canceled because of COVID-19. So we have some free gaming time available.
I might go to Vancouver.
You might go to Vancouver, whatever. Take some photos. All right. So with that, anybody have any last minute things that they want to say before we begin? Awoo.
Awoo.
All right, so, and...
I know.
Not quite full moon awoo.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
basically Rahu Moon. It's the closest we're gonna get.
That's true.
All right. Amy, are you going to Vancouver for all 3 days?
I was thinking, I'm still figuring it out exactly because staying with people, how that will work out.
Yeah, because who can afford hotels?
Either heading over Saturday morning or Friday night, and then coming back on Sunday night.
Well, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, I'm just going to jump right in then. So the only 2 things that I realized that we hadn't actually figured out, because we're very well prepared, is we don't have what the inside of your safe place looks like. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave it to you. You know what the external looks like. On the inside, I'm assuming it's a very industrial loft kind of vibe. But it's going to be largely up to you to tell me what the decorations are like. I'm assuming a lot of exposed brick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
But we also don't have, the one thing we didn't pick was what your locus is.
Mm-hmm.
So a locus is a place or a thing with a specific spiritual resonance that makes it a bridge between the 2 worlds. Right. So with that in mind, there needs to be something in this building, which I think was formerly part of a brewery house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it could be like a large tankard, like a vat.
Yeah.
It could be like a still. It could just be a particular patch of brick in the ground that's discolored from where a snitch during Prohibition era was drowned in a vat or something like that. Like it could be also.
That sounds great.
Sure.
That does sound great, yeah.
I think we found
That's
it.
dark.
Super morbid here.
Well, that means that you have alongside your locus, you will have probably something like the resigned or the, because it picks up the resonance of what caused it, right? So I don't know if that would be necessarily like, would it be the murder or would it be this like the vibe of snitches get stitches type of thing, right?
I
Like
really want it to be the vibe of snitches
get
get
stitches of retribution.
Yeah, retribution.
Okay.
Probably good with what we're going into this game.
Right.
All right.
Bitch has done tagged our spot. I'm like,
Yeah.
You guys are cute. You guys are cute. Don't start what you can't finish.
See, my bark's worse than my bite.
What?
Your bite's worse than your bark.
No, my bark's way worse than my bite.
Oh, okay.
You're the one that's got the worst bite,
Evan.
and you too. Like you're.
I'm the one. I'm the sneaky one.
I'm the one that gets us into problems.
Oh, I come in from
Probably
behind,
too.
hamstring them, and let Caitlin finish
Remember
them off.
I helped blow up a house last time?
This is true. You did.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So why don't we jump into play right now? This story is true. When the young girl named Brighton Lee fled her imposed home in the Eastern Rockies and fled to the terminal city, she believed that she would do what it took to survive on the cold, damp streets. And she did. For currency, she traded time and flesh and false love. Her throat swallowed the lust of unwashed men, and her veins drank the poison that was meant to dull the pain. And then Mother Luna took her and made her her own. When the first pack found her, she was laying amidst the bloody echo of a man best left forgotten. The walls were painted in blood and prophecies, and she rambled like a loon. This pack, faux pas, took her in and taught her the truth of the people. She learned the oath of the moon from Larkin, the alpha, to fight from Conrad, the beta, and the rest from the rest. Over the month, Mother Luna's face turned around, and she prepared for her initiation into the pack. However, on the night of her ceremony, a stranger walked into the territory. She strode through wards like thunder across a clear sky. She approached the ritual circle and proclaimed, "I am Val Sparks the Iron. This child is mine. She is descended of my pack. Larkin, I claim her and call in the favors owed to me. By Luna's right, we are even. By Father Wolf's law, she is my pack." And that is how Brighton Lee became one of the dogs of Brewery Park. This story is also true. There was blood on the pavement when the bitches came home. Their wolf-blooded, Nicholas Andreas, the baby brother of their late Alpha Val, Sparks the Iron, stood blocking the door to their territory, to their den, with his body, as defiant as he could be, shaking slightly in the late February crisp. His life as a wolf-blood had seemed crystallized in the yellowed streetlights, and the bitches could see long, pale scars along his chin and neck from a previous act of defiance decades before. The remnant of a crack pipe shatters beneath one of your heels as you approach. On the side of your building, the mark of faux pas still bleeds, the paint dripping in slow rivets in the cold air. Standing in front of the door to your den are 3 people. One, skin so dark that it disappears into the hood of her jacket. Decorated locks spilling out from the neckline. Shante Ogande, the alpha of the silence. Standing at nearly 6 feet tall, she is an imposing figure. To her right is Mikhail Booty, an extra 6 inches on his alpha and twice as wide. His head slopes into an almost Cro-Magnon thickness. His brows are thick, and you can see that he's wearing his Dalu form. Likewise, a hood pulled up around his face. There's a growl on his lips as he stands in front of Nicholas. And finally, the one who looks back at you as you approach is very familiar. Her long black hair, her pale, milky skin in the yellowed light. Tamara Fourfingers, in her leather jacket and jeans. She looks down at the broken glass and says, "This is how you keep your territory." Tell me the rest of the story.
What the fuck do you want?
We're just here to talk, she says. I didn't let him in, Nicholas says, scratching the scar that runs through his beard with his thumb. They didn't get any closer.
Thank you. You just want to talk, but you do all this shit first? What the hell is that about?
No
That?
note, no call in advance, no anything. It's not
No
exactly.
common courtesy.
Exactly.
We're not the ones who tagged your turf. We're here to talk politely. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, boss? Shantae turns and looks at you. And she smiles, a flash of silver moonlight across the darkness of her face. I apologize for this interruption. This is too sensitive to speak of on the phone. I request a meeting?
How normal or not would it be to invite them into our space?
Mhm.
Is that a thing that would be done, or is that just a thing we'd be like, hell no?
It depends. Are you particularly confident in your ability to hold it? This becomes a major thing. You're inviting an enemy gang into your, a rival gang that you're on good terms with into your safe house. Is this something you would do? Because think about it in terms of control. Do you want to project strength? Do you want to project authority? Like, no, you're not coming in. Is a little pedantic, but at the same point, it reinforces your claim over the territory.
Whereas letting them in could also be seen as a show of strength of, we don't care if you come in.
But you're also showing them your house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. You guys don't have a signify or a dedicated alpha, so... We don't have to meet here. I had heard whisperings that someone from their side had intended this, she says, gesturing toward the spray paint on the side of the building. It is unfortunate that they happened in the same night as our visit.
I've got a house.
Okay.
So just a quick refresher. Last time, the person we saw on the
Was it tomorrow,
Was-
wasn't it?
Tamara
Yep.
Four Fingers.
Tamara Four Fingers was the one on the video.
So, and now
She's at your house.
At our house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes,
So-
this should seem very iffy to you.
This is real weird. I don't want her anywhere near our house.
No.
I don't want her even in front of my front door. And right now she's like knocking. She's like on my front porch,
She's on your front porch,
Like-
sassing you.
sassing me.
And it was
No.
their territory we'd gone into, right?
No,
No,
you had
no.
gone into the Blackbirds territory.
Blackbirds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were very
On the other side of us.
polite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, the Blackbirds are on better terms with you than the Silence. The Silence is pretty good. Faux pas, you're on bad terms with.
Mm-hmm.
For
And
you, that's your fault.
Yeah.
And faux pas is
Yeah.
Up here, the yellow ones, we're purple, they're
okay.
yellow.
Cool.
So they barely have a border with us.
So the symbol on our house, on our building, is that of the
Faux
silence.
pas.
A faux pas. Okay.
Oh,
But the silence is hanging out.
You
on our
are
front
this
door.
purple right here.
Yeah.
Faux pas, you share a tiny corner with up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Your territory is, pardon me, you are right along here, which is where the Crystal Lion Association is. That's where your den is.
Okay.
And then there's the Kingsway, the Ghost Wolves called Northwest 604, Shadow Paws, the
Yeah.
No Wolf's Land, which is not a pack, that's just a place where there is no.
So, okay, yeah, this is not good. But
Now, can I get everyone to make me a quick favor, and roll me that's going to be Wits and Composure with a Primal Urge as your bonus.
okay.
Okay. Any negatives? No?
No negatives at all. In fact, everyone add an additional +1 because you are using wolf senses right now. Yes, werewolves are incredibly good at sensing things in this edition.
Whoops.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I know
Okay.
nothing.
I rolled 1 8. One success. Oh no.
Oh!
4 successes.
You know everything.
4 successes.
That's good.
All right, so you are focused on the situation, trying to figure out exactly what you should do. And you are going to see several shadowy shapes standing nearby, 4-legged, and kind of flanking you in a positive way. They seem like they've got your back almost. A couple of stray dogs. You two, Brighton and Megan. I should just look at the screen. Brighton and Megan, you are going to see no fewer than 8 stray dogs have gathered around this area and are slowly circling around, keeping you as part of their pack formation, and are circling around this rival pack.
And this is probably our totem's doing.
Yes, your totem has the ability to influence dogs and emotions of loyalty and protection.
Yes.
Costs an essence, and then you can make dogs bigger, stronger, and make them do kind of what you want them to do.
Okay. But it seems like just the 3 of them. Would it probably strike me as a decent idea to take this back to my house as a fairly private space?
You could. The Red Truck Brewery is literally 100 meters that direction, and there are a number of restaurants nearby.
Okay, so it's not like that level of private conversation, it seems like?
Maybe, but like...
Offer places and...
Yeah, well, after the bloody business tonight, I could use a drink.
How does the Red Dog Brewery sound to you guys? Quiet enough? Well, I mean, it's noisy enough that nobody should be able to go over here.
The one that's right there?
Just up the road.
Sure, that will be fine.
Let's go. After you.
I'm afraid I don't know the way.
It's right there.
Kate.
They will walk that direction, the 3 of them. Nicholas will look over at you.
I'll walk up, pat him on the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't like that big guy.
Yeah, no kidding. Good job, though.
And I'll just follow along with them.
He gives you an uneasy smile, and his eyes are extra blue in this type of lighting.
In fact, I'll do that and then just walk quickly enough that I'm not rushing, but I can catch up and walk beside them. They're not leading me anywhere. Sort of thing. I'm not going to let that impression happen.
Be careful, he'll say behind you.
She'll give him a friendly punch on the shoulder, you got this.
Come talk to me when you're done.
Yeah, of course.
We'll see you later.
He will unlock the doors to the building and head back inside. With that, you'll walk the 100 meters. Do you say anything as you walk?
Probably just whatever sort of conversation when you meet up with another pack is typically polite. Like just kind of the catch-up sort of we're on friendly terms conversation. I'm not quite sure what that would be.
You make idle chit-chat. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and make me, let's see how well you do. If you're actually trying to get something out of this, I want you to make me a presence and politics roll. I'll also let you do presence and socialize.
Or empathy.
Can I...
Okay, so
wondering if I can give her do a teamwork thing here, because since...
Yeah, if you want to jump in, you can go ahead. So...
Yeah, because I got the pack dynamics merit, right? So,
yeah.
How do I?
So go ahead and you'd make a presence.
I've got presence 5.
So
don't worry about it.
Oh, you're good.
I'm still rolling.
Oh,
wait, what did you roll?
3 dice.
And how many do you have?
4. The last one didn't do anything, so.
Yeah, no, I can confirm. Those are 10. That's a 10.
Holy crap. All right, so you will walk the streets making a bit of conversation as you go. It's casual things. How have things been recently? What types of hunt have you had? Do you relay your recent hunt this past night with the hunger spirit?
will very casually allude to it and keep a side eye on Tamara.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna.
You got pretty mouthy in your old age, she says to you, Kate. She grins slightly ferally. In front, you can see that Mikhail shifts back down to his normal 6'3" linebacker frame from Dalu as you approach the building.
What's it to you?
Nothing.
Come into our house?
Oh,
So
your pet
why-
didn't let us into your house.
You're on our territory.
Oh, honey. For now.
Yeah, you'll be gone soon.
That's okay. We always come back.
You're like a bad smell. You just can't get rid of.
Like spray paint?
Yeah, about that.
Ah, well.
Bright's just gonna keep her mouth shut.
Good, good, good. Does anyone have the specific trigger for Caruth? The death rage about territorial. You know, what do you risk death rage on? Because you're on specific, not common, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
You're on the
Yeah.
the strongest degree, which is
Yeah, so
Mine is
a werewolf you don't know challenges your pack's ability to do its duty.
okay. So you're like on the edge there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you didn't know these werewolves, this would be
Oh yeah.
okay. That sounds
Yeah,
great.
I'm like, that's also why I'm keeping my mouth shut, because I'm just like,
The front door of the brewery opens, and there's a small area for tasting and some food. Giant red truck looms overhead. You're seated rather quickly. And given that it is I think it was a Saturday night last time, right? So,
There's like 7 of us.
yeah, there's like 7 of us. So they'll manage to fit you in. They've only got another hour while the place is open. They stay open until probably about 1 a.m. and I think it was about midnight last time.
So yeah.
So your waiter will see you and hands you a few menus, asks if you want any of the tasters, you know.
I mean, I probably know exactly what they have, and I'll just order beer and something snacky.
Sure. Beer and fries are always a great option.
I still have fries and didn't want fries.
All right. So with that, the waiter will bring your beers. You'll crack open a number of local brews.
My fries.
I don't see your name on them.
I give you the creepy ass stare that an Araka can do. I'm thinking about how to murder you exactly.
Would you like to make an intimidation roll to protect your fries?
Sure, it's unskilled, but sure.
All right, that's going to be presence plus intimidation.
Is it contested?
No, but she needs to score at least her willpower.
No. I think I used all my willpower last time.
It's against your maximum.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about my.
Okay, well, Amy, I keep rolling 10s, so.
So
So that's an exceptional.
on how many starting dice?
1.
you
And
rolled.
it was not chance. It was just 1.
It was.
I rolled 4 10s and then a 9.
Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to reach for the fries and say, you know, oh, I don't see your name on them, and then as you reach for another, she's going to snarl at you and like go to bite your finger.
No,
Like-
no.
No?
It's the thing that they write about Araka in the book of the just unthinking glare that is saying, I'm imagining how exactly to take you apart right this
And
second.
you'll flinch away for a second, and
It is 100% an Araka thing
okay.
that they actually lay out in the book of like younger Araka will actually kind of question. So, how did you do it this time?
Now, can I get everyone to make me one more roll? This is going to be not using wolf senses.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? It will. So make me another perception roll using wolf senses. Reminder that gives you a +1, and also add your primal urge to this.
So it's wits and composure plus primal urge +1.
Yes. In fact, while there are quite a few people here, One of you made a comment a moment ago that seating 7 on a Saturday night would be very, very difficult. And yet, it wasn't. The place is only about half full. You can smell something in the air. Something sharp. Something very pungent that tinges at your nose. Megan, how many did you get?
8.
All right, you can
So do I
see.
get a beat for that first one at least?
You don't
Is
get
it-
beats for exceptional
Yeah.
successes.
Oh, anymore.
That was house rules in there.
Yeah, that was house rules for the water.
forgot.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So sorry. 3. So
I would
all
level
of
so
you,
fast.
all of you are going to feel slightly off-put. People are talking in murmurs. There are a number of people around you wearing surgical masks. And given that this is Vancouver, like there are a lot of people, especially like people who are living there, coming over from Asia, who wear those around. But you're seeing all sorts of people wearing them, like Caucasian businessmen, there's a black guy on a computer over there who's wearing one. Like about half the patrons here are drinking beer, lifting up surgical masks to do it. You can smell hand sanitizer stinging your nostrils here. Nothing on the tables is shareable except for at your table. Nothing that anyone else is eating is a group touch.
I'll just kind of flick my eyes around while eating.
And as
Well,
you...
actually, have I heard anything about being like more of a medical professional?
Yeah, there is definitely something sweeping across North America right now. It's the coronavirus. COVID-19 is sweeping throughout Washington State right now. It's
I'm
expected to get much worse.
Probably not too worried as
No,
werewolf.
you should not be worried at all. Werewolves are mostly immune to disease.
Does that apply to our wolf-blooded?
Wolf-blooded are more resistant, but that's the thing. You can transmit.
Yeah, okay.
So, Shantae looks around and notices that you have noticed. This is what I came to talk to you about. Between us, and I'm saying this in good faith, my grandmother lives inside of your territory. I ask you humbly, when you patrol the Hissel, make sure that the shadow is bereft of disease spirits as much as possible so that this does not spread. She has a history of asthma. I would do it myself, but I wouldn't go into your territory to do work.
What's your general area?
She is over off of Commercial. And she'll point out like the medical center that she normally goes to. There's a retirement home in your area, and that's where she is.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't going to ask her for the exact location. I figured she might want to keep that secret.
The second that she talks about the area, you're pretty sure that it's the retirement home, though.
Okay.
Like, just, it's most likely going to be there.
Okay.
So, as she says that, I would greatly appreciate it. I don't want things getting out of control up here. I don't know if the people down in Seattle are not doing their jobs. But this thing is spreading like a wildfire.
I haven't seen much in disease spirits recently. For all that,
But we'll
it's
keep an
spreading
eye
so
on it.
much. But
You have to be careful. They say this one makes you sick. And it can spread before you show any symptoms. If that's the case, then maybe the spirits have a way to hide themselves across. Maybe they will appear as other spirits. Maybe they will be sneakier than usual. It meant no real disrespect. I also don't know your phone numbers. I know vowels.
right, maybe I've done something.
I'm sorry to hear about Val.
I'll rattle off my phone number then. You can reach us there.
They'll save it in their phones.
I have to just get a werewolf directory.
But then the Pure gets a hold of that, and there we are.
That's true.
Tamara leans in. I don't want to deal with those fuckers, do you? That's not true. I want to deal with them.
Yeah. Especially if they don't see us coming. All the advantage.
I want them to see me coming.
Well, you could be the distraction then.
Yeah. I'll go in and cripple them from behind.
Oh, sweetie, I'd be the whole war.
Oh.
I do. So I was wondering, are you four planning on keeping it? I mean, it's a big territory, the whole thing. Tamara. Just asking.
I'll give her the Raka glare.
Uh,
I'm sure she's much more resistant to it and has been experienced to it.
she will give you the Rahu smile.
Yeah.
The Rahu eyebrow.
Ooh, you have a Rahu eyebrow?
I don't know, can you lift your...
Oh.
If you smell what the Rahu is cooking.
Secret.
The Rahu.
Oh.
Dwayne the Rahu Johnson.
Yes.
Alright. You enjoy your fries and sit and eat, sharing pleasantries. You do this thing, find those diseased spirits and keep her healthy, and I will consider it a personal favor.
I'll certainly keep an eye out.
Yeah, of course.
I also wanted to let you know, in case the message didn't get to you, there's going to be a meeting. The Robson Wall is calling it, on the full moon. Next month, in March. The Robson Wall. The oldest pack in Vancouver, with the highest mortality rate.
They're connected by just a little tiny spot with us.
You are, yeah, just barely. They're the wall that holds back the pure invasion from the north.
Okay.
They are the toughest. They are... They're the big dogs in town.
Right.
They're calling a moot sometime soon for everyone. I'm sure the message would have gotten to you eventually, but
Thanks
I
for
saw
the
them
heads up.
recently. Apparently there's some trouble that's being caused by some of the smaller packs.
Great, interesting.
There's some little... And for the first time in the night, Mikhail speaks up. Little shit. Yes, a little shit. Who wants to lead a crusade into No Wolf's Land? The empty space.
There's a reason it's no
Wish
wolf's
them
land.
Yeah, we still don't know exactly why.
Not a lot strong
I
yet.
don't know if I want to find out.
We're bloody surrounded by the pure.
And why haven't the Pure taken it?
That's
Probably because they're building up to be able to crush us all at once.
or because there's something there that scares them.
Yeah.
That too. Who knows?
I've heard rumors.
Oh.
Rumors of Shartha. The hosts. I don't know which ones. But something different. Not the Aslu, the spider ones, or the Beshalu. The rat hosts. Something different.
Mm-hmm.
Tamara's right, though. If this territory isn't good for you, you could carve out a nice patch in Kitsilano. Anyone could.
Please.
Thank you very much for the fries. We'll be on our way.
My kid's gonna
Thanks for the information.
at least kind of hover and, escort them out.
As you head outside, you can hear the sound of one of the busboys dragging out bottles of beer out to the recycle bins. Oh, come on, get out of here. Shoo, shoo. As a half dozen stray dogs that have been hanging out at the base of the stairwell yelp and run out of view. It's all manner. Some of them big black dogs, others like a corgi dachshund mix.
No, I love it.
There's a Jack Russell who looks a three-legged Jack Russell that looks particularly vicious.
I would have bought an order of fries specifically to be taken out and fed out to
The dogs.
yeah. Give them treaties.
Okay.
They're good
They
boys.
will happily eat. And with that, what do? You escort them out, and a cab is waiting outside.
Sort of. Well,
Get out.
essentially the British language of
Thank you.
I'm ready. Are you ready to leave now? Type like hang on to the door frame kind of. All right, see you around. Close.
What a gentleman, Tamara says to you through the window.
Not to you.
She'll smile and flick her tongue between her splayed fingers at you. Call me. The cab will pull off.
Megan
The
will
Uber will pull
growl
off. Let's be fair, it's
slightly.
Vancouver now. They have Ubers now.
There's no point being antagonizing them, right? We can barely hold this thing by ourselves.
Oh, but when they're going to be so nasty like that?
Honestly,
I mean, be
I'm
tough.
not gonna take it.
Well, don't. But be tough. Don't be stupid. Don't start a fight. Be hard and uncompromising, but you don't need to be rude at the same time.
I think they
Just give
get
them an
under
excuse.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah. But don't give them an excuse to invade.
I'm not gonna stand and give them permission either.
You saying I did?
No, I'm saying that they might interpret things the wrong way.
We're getting spicy at 1 a.m.
And
It's been a long
you are.
It's true.
You have to admit, you have a quiet intimidation factor. I don't have that. You glare, I growl.
Okay.
You need to learn how to growl, though, without being rude at the same time. And then you start a fight. And we don't need a fight. Like,
Now, anyway.
wait until we're tough enough that we can challenge them back. And besides, just wait. We're gonna have a fight with Faux Pas. At some point.
It's true.
What's that happen?
Which... I'm gonna basically, like, hightail it back to our building
Yeah.
to get that fucking thing off our wall.
Yeah.
True.
You head out into the parking lot and back across the way toward your territory. And when you make it to the other side, you can see that there are actually a pair of men outside scrubbing it already. One of which is Nicholas, who's stripped down to his polo shirt and pants and is scrubbing away at it. The other is a... Sorry, what?
She's a good boy.
As we get back over, I'll whistle at them.
And the other is...
Daniel?
Or Lawrence.
It's Lawrence. Lawrence,
Good.
Which one was Lawrence again?
Lawrence is the one who looks kind of like Ron Perlman.
He's like a 6. He's like.
He's a 60-year-old tow truck driver.
I'll still whistle at them both, just for the hell of it.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
Oh, hey girls, how's it going?
Long night.
Look, this thing's gonna get off here soon. I just need to go get some industrial solvent. That'll fix it out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, I hope you don't mind, Norma was riding around with me tonight. I got her asleep on your couch right now.
That's fine.
Norma being the 10-year-old wolf-blooded niece of Lawrence. I'm not gonna be able to get all this off till tomorrow, but it's gonna be kind of the ghost of what it was until then. Okay. Unless you guys know like a 24-hour place where I can go grab some. Nah. Okay. Alternatively, we could just spray paint over it.
I'm not opposed.
You can tag the tagging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's faster, but it's uglier.
I mean, the
That's
building's
ours.
already pretty ugly.
This is true.
I mean, it's kind of the charm.
If it were nicer, people would want it more.
Exactly.
No, that's yeah.
It's deterrent.
All right, and with that, they go back to scrubbing at the side. What do you do?
Just go inside.
Yeah, gonna go in and go.
Discuss.
The front door opens, and you're led down a small corridor that leads into the main bay. You can still see the remnants of what was Val's workshop, although most of it's in the basement where the old brewery equipment was. Does that sound good to you? Since, okay. Or should it be in the main area? This is Vancouver. Does it really have much of a basement besides storage? It might. I mean, what do you think? Looking at the building as it is in front?
I mean, it very well could.
Yeah, it really could, mostly.
Sure. We'll say that it has old stills in the basement. Not huge, but quite large, probably about 15 feet tall.
Okay.
The main area is, how is it? Describe it for me.
It's probably very industrial, but like has some
Lots of
like
exposed brick, metal railings.
like
metal
couches,
stairs.
and I think probably that we've hauled in.
Yeah, the
Really?
coaches from the side of the road.
Yeah, side of the road
Couches.
coaches that we've definitely like hauled in and like just kind of
Excuse you,
arranged.
I use Wayfarer.
Maybe
Excuse
for
you have
Oh.
money.
So, like,
Exactly. I bought the fucking couches from the
Oh.
place.
this kind of vibe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
A lot
like
of,
they're not gonna be like leather, but
there's kind
they're
of,
at least semi decent. They're comfortable over like fancy.
Yeah.
so there's a mismatched millennial chic to the place.
yeah.
You know what they are? They're made of that fabric that has like the water resistance, stain resistance
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Scotch Guard.
Yeah.
It's the
They've been Scotch guarded.
replace the really hideous floral, like that orange and brown floral
Yeah.
print couch with the
You
removable
know what? It was
cushions.
probably something from like Val's like parents' house
Oh, yeah.
that she just couldn't get rid of.
Yeah.
And we were
The
like,
one floral easy chair that
Yeah.
no matter what you do, you
Yeah.
can never be covered up because you
Yeah.
can't find anything that fits it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
As you step inside, you gather around, grab some comfort. There's an old Frigidaire refrigerator with the old silver pull hook handle waiting off to the side. It's mint green and humming in the darkness of the room. A couple of lamps and a couple of night lights are lit around here, and you can see that there's a 10-year-old girl snoring on one of the sofas, curled up against several pillows. And as you walk across, you get the faintest sense of eyes watching you and hairs lift on the back of your neck, signifying the last member of your pack. The one that holds you together. Ubatu. The protecting dog. Your totem. In your spirit's ear, you can hear the sound of nails clicking on the exposed concrete floor. Well, actually, it wouldn't be concrete here, would it? Well, I guess on the entranceway. But then it's probably wood, because it would have been built on top of the basement.
Yeah.
The wood floor here goes from click-clack to...
probably still has quite a click.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't see him. But you can feel him presently. And you can hear the voice echo through you. The other wolves came. Is this not your home? And yet they marked it. You should mark this place before you rest. The vow that you made with the wolf, the black dog, echoes in your mind that you can call nothing your own unless you mark it.
I'm gonna go rummage through the cupboards. Do we have any spray paint?
Yes, you do. Actually, just saying that, I now realize that earlier Amy actually invoked your tribal ban or your pack ban against Christine, and I didn't catch it at the time. So take a beat for that. That was really good. I don't see your name on the prize, so take a beat for that because that was really good. Now that I think about that, that's Amy doing the clever stuff that I don't catch.
And then I'm all like, it's invisible mark.
You just sign with ketchup.
It is now.
All right. So with that,
No, I hard quite clearly or mine now.
Oh.
okay. So with that, you go grab the spray paint.
Yep.
So what do you do with it?
I'm just gonna go paint on the outside of our building.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you write?
Um,
How do you mark it as your own?
you don't really have a symbol, I'd
No.
say.
Yeah.
Kate's gonna grab a Sharpie and like.
I'm gonna draw a wolf's paw with Bitches of Brewery Park across it in a different color.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling we kind of think of ourselves as that way in honor of Val.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Kate's gonna grab a Sharpie and then like just like on like a corner or something, like here be like Kate was here.
Okay.
Hey, pass it over here.
I'll throw a couple more over.
Yeah. And then Claire will spray paint. Just probably she'll make up a symbol
Hmm.
to add to it.
Yeah.
Claire Wolf.
Ding.
And
I'm gonna add like the
Brayden will grab the spray paint after you and actually has like some drawing ability, so
Yeah.
it's spray paint, so it's a little harder, but
Nah, you do well. I mean, this is not your first spray paint rodeo.
I'm gonna put
True
wolf's
facts.
paw over the front door as well,
Mhm.
and then like spray paint my hand and smush it.
Okay.
Nice.
You have graffitied up your turf.
Yeah.
All right. Better. You'll hear. And you'll feel the tension in the room and the pacing of your totem become much more subdued and lazy.
And actually, come to think of it,
Mm-hmm.
the way a dog would do this also, I'm just gonna go over and like make sure to like touch like a lot of the building.
Yeah.
So I like
Yeah.
firmly rub like
It
my
is
hands
slightly
over
more
it.
difficult for you than it would be for a pack of guys.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm not gonna go piss on it.
I mean, you could always get, like, for one, you could always just do it, but you could also get one of those funnel things for road trips and just walk around shooting it everywhere.
Also, I have a
Oh, no.
feeling that if any other pack came in again to visit us, we'd get given shit for that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna make sure that my scent is around it of having like rubbed oily hands, like rub behind my ears and then rub over it for like oil and sweat and whatnot. Get my smell.
All right, that sounds excellent. And with that, you'll finish spray painting, and Nicholas will come back in and wash his hands off from the solvents that the soap and water he'd been using.
Question. So just to remind myself here. So we've got Nicholas, we've got Lawrence, we've got Norma, and then our other wolf blooded? Is that
That's Gina. Gina
Gina.
and Daniel.
and Mike Carly? I think
Carly
Kate's cousin?
is a human.
was just a regular human.
Just a regular human.
Okay, because I've got Kate's cousin listed. I didn't know if she was wolf blooded or not.
She is not yet, anyway.
Okay,
Daniel is.
And then you have quite a few humans, including your friend Corey.
Yep.
Better known by her stage name, Frida Anaconda,
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna jot down human next to these ones.
which is the best.
Very good.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
My favorite drag name is Robin Banks, but Frida Anaconda is my second favorite of all time, I think.
It's pretty good.
Okay. And with that, you find yourselves sitting around your den.
Yeah, Kate's sending messages to make sure she knows where everyone in the pack is.
Okay.
If I don't know where they are, then I get
Most of them respond.
anxious or and get penalties.
Okay. Most of them do respond. I will say that Marissa's not going to answer her phone.
Okay.
Because it's like 1 a.m. on a Sunday. So she's probably asleep.
That's my coworker, yeah.
Link Reed is probably going to respond immediately with Yehudis.
Read.
Link Reed. Link is one of Brighton's human pack members. Ross Phillips, the cop, will be able to respond immediately with, it's 1 a.m. What?
I'm just gonna be like we had a visit from another pack. Just basically doing a roll call kind of.
You will not receive a text from Kit Roscoe, the EMT. But that's usually pretty standard because during an EMT round.
So like I know where he is.
You can definitely you probably
sense.
honestly have a shared calendar for a lot of these people where you can see where they are, and like he has a work shift tonight.
Yeah. So it's partly just like, yo, here's what's going on, and getting that reassurance when they ping back.
So as you're doing that, you manage to get a hold of about 80% of your pack, your extended pack of humans, and I'm not sure how you go about getting a hold of the 3 spirits that are part of the pack.
Find a spirit to contact the spirit?
I was gonna say, one of them's the truck that...
Yeah, so that's like
truck.
probably literally parked outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could use spirit eyes to look for it.
Yeah, one of them's my safety guardian.
So at any point you can look across.
Yeah.
You can just project your eyes across.
Okay.
And see. I'm not going to make you roll for that for this, but you can see that the truck spirit is just kind of languishing outside, munching away at some of the road spirits that are laying around.
Can I go give it a nice, like, the truck, just like a pat on the hood, like a...
The truck itself, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just be like, yo, what's up?
And with that, what do you all do for the rest of the night?
Well, I worked today, so I probably want to sleep, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, and I probably work tomorrow.
Kate's probably gonna pass out on one of the couches.
Oh, though it's 1 a.m. on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I probably have today off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna curl up on a couch. Just too late to bother going home.
Yeah, same. And I feel safer here.
Yeah.
I'll just pull my car into. I'm sure we have a garage of some sort.
There's street
that fits,
parking too, but yeah.
In this area, though, do you really want to leave a car out overnight?
It's true.
Yeah.
There is somewhere where you can park. With that, you will. It's true. Do you all get some sleep?
Still in first.
Okay. There are places for you to sleep here, of course, and you have the second floor and the basement as well. The second floor does have several beds in it, and their couches down here are very comfortable. In the main area, you can see a large desk where Nicholas has had all of his documents spread out. He's doing research on something. He's a researcher by trade, so this is pretty standard, and he's always looking into things to try to help you with the hunt. He also is the one that refills the coffee maker. Yes. The most valuable pack member.
Honestly.
And he's played by John Stamos, so it's hard not to appreciate him. It's a little past 7 a.m. when your phone blares. You'll all wake to the sound of Kate's alarm. No, your ringtone.
Hey, tell them to go away.
Tries to hit mute, sleep, snooze.
It's Kit.
Oh. Morning.
Yeah, not really. Hi.
What's up?
Something happened.
What do you mean something happened?
The cabaret. Biltmore?
Yeah?
Down on Prince Edward.
Yeah.
Someone was killed here last night.
What?
By one of you.
What? Wait, what?
I couldn't really get very many photos, but I'll send him what I can across, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I'll send him...
Send him to Nicholas.
Sure. The WhatsApp's encrypted, right?
Is the WhatsApp encrypted?
What?
The WhatsApp! Is it encrypted?
Compared to everything else that could be used, yeah, it's the most encrypted of the
Yeah.
free open source.
Send that one.
I can really set us up some.
Why are you
Okay.
yelling?
Because I don't want to get up.
Okay, I gotta go.
Okay.
Click.
Wait. Oh, it's gone.
What's happening?
Good night.
I'll throw a pillow at Kate. Kate, what the hell was that?
Someone got murdered at the cabaret.
Is that in our...
What?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
The cabaret is
Check
down.
what's up.
The cabaret is right here. This red, which is down.
How close is that to where we were last night?
Well, I guess we're
This far.
It's probably something like sub app.
No, I mean like the restaurant.
Oh, what's that?
The restaurant?
Yeah, where we were dealing with the hunger spirit just last night.
Oh god.
Which was like, so how far away were we when this was happening last
You
night?
were at the Dime, which is over on Main. Here, I will look this up real
Okay.
quick so that I don't have to crane my neck to the side. The Dime.
Okay. Did I get enough sleep to get back a little better?
Yes, you will.
We're back at full.
So they are about a kilometer away from each other.
Okay.
So
Oh,
inside of your territory, the Dime is this spot, and the Biltmore is kind of down around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, down around here. So it's the two corners of your territory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, how fast do we heal?
You will heal all bashing every round.
Okay.
Right, every round you heal a bashing, and every 15 minutes you heal a lethal.
Cool.
So yeah, you're fine.
Yep.
You can spend 1 point of essence to heal a lethal in a round. Did anybody fulfill any aspirations?
I did last
Did
time.
I yell at
Last time.
someone?
No. And reminder that if you play your blood or bone, you can request a point of willpower back. So that's another way you regain it pretty quickly. Okay. The chat likes Nicholas. Mostly James likes Nicholas. I knew you would. He's a nice guy. He's John Stamos. I must say that till it happens. All right. So you languish around in bed for a moment, grumbling, before the door opens. And hey, Nicholas is standing at the door holding some prints. You want to look at this? You want to wake up?
I'm gonna roll out.
Is coffee going?
I'm sure I'm just wearing.
Yeah,
my
coffee's been going
right?
for a half hour.
Oh, good.
Wow, you're on top of it.
I'm just gonna go there.
There's yeah.
Yeah.
I love you.
But there, I'm very lovable. Maybe after maybe better that you haven't had breakfast yet, and he'll slap these full pictures.
Coffee's and breakfast.
Come to think of it, like how friendly, close are we with him? We've basically grown up with him.
You've known him for only about 3 weeks.
Oh really?
Yeah, he didn't show up till after Val's death.
Oh okay.
You got the sense that there was some type of tension between the two of them,
Okay.
but after her death, he showed up and stuck around. What you will see is the Biltmore Cabaret, which normally looks like this. It has a lot of red lighting, a full-service bar, a lot of tables along the side with candles lit in little glass jars, and folding chairs in front of the full-service cabaret. It's an old building with black paneled exteriors and a black door that's slightly peeling from a lack of care. An old black velvet rope that leads you in, and a bouncer who doesn't give two shits.
Cool.
Normally, it's not a room with splayed chairs and a dead woman laying at the center. Her guts ripped and spilled like streamers across the floor. Her throat crushed. These are quick, fuzzy shots. But you can see where powerful jaws crushed her head like a walnut. An eyeball trails out of her skull almost a full foot.
Lovely.
It's amazing how far sinew will stretch if squeezed the right way.
Hey.
Does it look
Okay.
Does it look like you
Yeah.
kids right that it was a werewolf?
It sure as hell looks like either a werewolf or a rabid bear.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We have to go check it out. See if we can get any traces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get anyone who's looking at these photos can go ahead and make me an intelligence and investigation roll at a -2 because they are bad photos. It's what Kit could take a photo of with his phone without, you know, drawing attention to the fact that he's an EMT taking photos with his phone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a willpower to this.
Sure.
No.
You can also do this as a teamwork effort if you'd like. If you'd rather save the willpower.
I mean, I can do a. Because if I do this, I'm on a chance die. No, I'm. Yeah, I'm on a.
Yeah,
I'm on
you'd
a
be
chance die. But I get 9 agains. I could spend willpower.
Honestly, I've
but-
already rolled it.
Okay, you've already
so
rolled it? Okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
We'll just do separate
I'll
rolls
just
for this
do it.
case.
Yeah.
You got 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? 2? So, glancing at it, I will say that Brighton, I'll start with you. As you look at it, you can see that it's hard to get a real look at this woman. Her clothes are completely ripped apart. You can see a naked breast exposed with claw marks ripping down the flesh, bisecting the nipple. But the outfit itself has wide lapels sparkling. She's dressed in drag king outfit, which gets you thinking about who might have been there that night.
Yeah.
As you are looking at it as well, Kate, you will look down and see that there is a large, crushed and bloodied print in the ground that resembles a large paw. It looks like a mark of Garu form.
Yeah, so definitely.
As you, with your 4 successes, look at it, Megan, you are going to see that nearby there are a number of posters that are streamed up that it was Drag Night. And as you're looking at the photo, you can actually make out several of the names. Robin Banks, Tequila Mockingbird, and Frida Anaconda was in attendance that night, as well as the Glorious Kings. Which...
Corey was.
Yeah.
Which one?
Corey's Frida.
It's free.
Corey Francis.
I'm gonna shoot a text off to Corey and just be like, "You were at the cabaret last night?"
You get a text back pretty quickly. That's misspelled in a lot of places from a hangover. Yeah, I left early though. Met a friend. Winky face.
And Corey's one of the ones I didn't manage to get in touch with.
Corey, you did not get in touch with Corey.
So.
Want pics?
No.
Uh,
I'm good.
God.
Before you can say you're good, you will have the picture of a back of... you think he's a Latino man, but he's sleeping facing away. And he's covered with lipstick marks and bites.
I will text Corey with hot.
Oh boy.
Corey's fine.
Good.
Oh.
I was
Okay.
worried for a second there.
Corey left the cabaret last night, so left early.
Good.
Do you know any of the others on the?
And one thing that you will notice, the message that you receive, you will see one last thing with 4 successes. She was wearing a large Rolex watch as part of her masculine, like hyper. Like, basically, she was wearing like the drag version of like a 1980s like Wall Street executive, but all like dragged up. Her watch has been shattered, and it shows that it's just past 3 a.m., which is after the liquor license would have ended and most people would have gone home. Most of the clubs are 1 or 2 a.m. at the very latest, and that's using World of Darkness logic on Vancouver. For those of you who are not from Vancouver, Vancouver closes early. It's actually really disappointing because you go over there from a smaller city and you're like, hey, let's go out and have fun. Oh, it's already dead. Jen is nodding.
Sorry, I look bigger.
Yes, but also, as much as I like to be a night owl because that's when I function best, having a 9 to 5, man.
Yeah. The only thing open late in Vancouver is 7-Eleven and Duffin's Donuts.
I think 7 to 11 because it was open 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I think so. When things weren't open like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. All right.
And they're like, and 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, 7 to 11. I don't understand.
What are you?
7 to 11 is not 24
Okay.
hours.
Sorry.
All right.
11 to 7.
I'll pick them up and look carefully at the pictures.
They're fuzzy. Kid has a pretty solid camera from a lot of the Instagramming that he does, but
He did not have time to set a shot.
no, and it's very dark in this room. Like, I mean, no, that's actually not true.
Actually,
they would
when
have
they
put
turned on the real lights, it would have been actually really bright.
it would really, but they were quick, slightly blurry photos.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
I'm gonna go and like pour people coffee
Okay.
or whatever I know they drink.
Has
Thanks, Brian.
so and Ross was our police officer.
Yes, Ross is your police officer.
I'm gonna message him and know if he's heard about this or if he knows anything or if someone heard anything.
Takes about 5 minutes for him to respond. What are you doing in the meanwhile?
Drinking coffee and going to. I assume we have like lockers, like gym lockers type thing here.
Yeah. And you've got foot lockers upstairs too.
Yeah, and
All
I'm
of you
gonna
have changes
get-
to clothes.
Get changed and check
Honestly,
my
we
work
probably just have
schedule.
cupboards and closets.
It's a weekend.
Yeah,
I'm retailing 2 jobs.
yeah, I'm gonna double check my work.
Yeah. And what time is it right about now? About 6, 7?
You said it was around 7.
Around 7?
So if it's about, this would have taken like.
Thankfully,
half
this.
an hour.
So I
So it's
actually, off the top of my
getting
head,
coffee.
it's been a while, so I don't remember. Last game was either on a Saturday or
It
a
was
Sunday.
Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
It was a Saturday for sure.
Because I was
I
working.
worked.
Oh, you're right, and that was weird. I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Sunday because of people's schedules. That's right.
Yeah.
And I remembered it was same day. All right, so it's a Sunday today, so you have a little while longer before you have to work your retail.
So
Maybe
Unless
have
it's
an
a-
evening shift today.
which job am I on? Am I on, what did I say? There was the video store and then there was,
You were
the
a video
teacher?
store yesterday.
Yeah, but I could be doing opening, the clopen.
What's your other job?
No, sorry, Clopen.
What's the other job?
I think it was a t-shirt shop or something. No, it was like a record store.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
record store
Right, video
is.
rental and record store.
Yeah.
You were working at the video store again. You're doing a clopen.
Oh.
Or you could just have 2 closing shifts in a row.
I rolled a clopen.
Okay. Oh, you rolled a 1.
I rolled an 8, which was a success on the business screwing her over.
yes.
There you go.
Because someone has to took a day off or
Yeah.
something. I don't
You know who it was? It was your coworker, the guy with the amazing mutton chops.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And then I've got a coworker, Marissa.
Actually, you could, in theory, you could call Marissa to see if she could cover for you.
Which job is she the coworker at? She'd be at the video store.
Yeah.
Yeah, because dog. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna I'm calling Marissa.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick roll to see how she did last night.
She is she's 28, and I think she's supposed to be pretty hot and like to party.
Oh boy.
Okay, well,
Probably not awake yet.
is she in a relationship?
Yes,
Okay, she is. Is it a stable relationship?
Yeah.
she likes to think so.
Okay.
She likes to think.
You'll hear the sound of cloth rustling against the speaker of the phone. Hello?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Marissa,
In theory.
in practice, I need you to do me a favor.
How much do you need? I'll e-transfer you.
Not that kind of favor.
Oh, please.
It's
Oh.
we've got a pack.
My sister had a baby shower yesterday and I got fucking plastered after it.
How did you get plastered after a baby shower?
Have you had to deal with my family before? You'd get plastered afterwards too. Oh, God.
Right.
What's her spouse's name? Or her partner's name?
Mm,
Can we just a random generate?
yeah.
Okay.
Could be another Chad.
It's just Chad. Chad broke up with.
Is it Chad?
Oh my god.
Is it actually? Could it be? It could be.
That would be a funny little line of continuing.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it's Chad.
No, it's not Chad.
Fake name generator. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Ooh, Canada. We'll set this on Canada.
I thought that was the name that you
I know,
made.
so
Okay, ready? And Greg Coleman.
Greg. Yeah, Greg.
Greg works.
Greg.
Gregory Coleman. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Greg Coleman.
Now do I
He-
have to work on Sunday?
Greg Coleman is 20 years old,
Oh no.
is a Capricorn,
Yeah.
and is
He's 8 years younger than Marissa.
a mic.
Yeah.
He works as a software developer for microchip processors.
Wow. Alright.
Fancy.
She thinks he's the one.
Oh,
Is he
boy.
20 or 30? Should I round that up?
20.
He's 20? Okay, so he's a...
So he's a wannabe
He's the
microchip.
one.
Yeah.
No, he's doing it right
He
now.
is, yeah.
He's
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 pretty
just super
brilliant.
smart. Yeah.
He's super smart.
He
He may be...
graduated high school early. Went to
Yeah.
university.
Or he's
Yeah.
just doing really well as like a second year.
Yeah.
Like it clicked.
Yeah.
And he figured out how to start his own thing. And
He is 5'7", 182 pounds. His tracking numbers are...
What?
The fakenamegenerator.com supplies all this. Like,
Crazy.
his birthday's December 30th, 1999. Oh, man. Oh, honey child, you are the Matrix.
Oh.
Yikes.
Okay. And his phone number is 858-4285, which actually is in our area code, which is weird.
Oh,
And his social insurance number is...
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It is geo coordinates. His mother's maiden name is Martinez.
Hmm.
Fake name generator's got it going on when it provides the right information.
Yeah.
dating Greg.
Dating Greg, the 20-year-old.
Oh man.
Uh,
You know he's 21 now.
oh, yeah, I guess he would. Sure.
Just and his birthday was like 2 weeks ago.
So she's only 8 years older than him.
8 years. Yeah, still. It's like when they're 20, it's
So,
It's a lot.
that's okay. Whatever.
Okay.
yeah, whatever. Let's go.
So you need me to do what?
I need you to open.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
What?
It's why
Open,
she thinks it's stable.
Yeah.
open my heart. I'll open my heart to you, honey. You are
The
my friend, and I
store.
love you. You're my best friend.
Hey, Marissa.
Oh no! Don't do this to me. Oh.
Marissa.
Oh.
Doll, babe, honey, sweetheart, light of my life, please.
Please, I've got
Really
I'm
hard.
drunk. I have a UTI, and I don't want to get out of bed. Please.
And I have to go look at a crime scene.
I am a crime scene. I need you to do me a favor and make me.
Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite line.
Question. How well can I hear this with wolf senses?
Oh, absolutely.
Pretty well.
No problem.
I need you to make me a persuasion plus presence roll.
Ooh.
Cool.
You can do a +1 because you're higher up in the pack.
Okay. And presents?
Presence, yeah. Yeah, you're probably going to be fine. You have to beat her willpower, which right now is
Next to nothing.
at like not much.
How well do like the rest of us know the pack members that were like specific friends to?
It depends whether or not they've been brought out to things, which is something that we haven't really discussed.
I think Marissa likes to be involved in things.
Okay.
Well, I'm guessing everybody
So-
knows Kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
really
Kit and
well.
Ross are big ones.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Corey.
Yeah.
Seems like they all know all the guys. I'm gonna say that you know all of them. To be honest, I don't think that anybody is sheltered from this.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
they might not necessarily be familiar with each, like the humans might not be super close to each other.
Well, it depends whether or not you've had them out for rituals and things.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only one that I think that might be exempt is maybe Carly.
Yeah, but I think she
I think she's
crashes at my
newer.
house often
Mm.
enough.
Well,
that-
then there we go. Everybody's in the know.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Okay. The only one who's probably sheltered is like Kid.
I doubt it.
But like no, just in like to some extent, in that we're like
Well, I mean,
push her
sort
over
of.
there.
But Wolfbloods have tells.
Yeah.
They have like supernatural abilities and weird stuff that happens to them.
Oh no, I don't mean in that regard. I just mean like
As a
Sheltered
kid.
from like
We're
the
trying to
disgusting
shelter
shit.
her from we
Kid-
would not
kid
be
versus
showing
adult
her.
sheltering, not
Oh, okay.
wolf-blooded versus.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to maybe not show her the pictures of the crime
Look.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta learn
And
this
maybe
sooner or
not fill
later.
her and maybe not fill her in on what exactly we're talking about today.
I mean, you know, it's all you. Like you do
I grew up
you.
with worse stuff than this. It's fine.
Oh my god! That sort of conversation, you know.
I mean,
so
that
I'm
was a deal.
looking at 4 successes right now.
Okay, so what do you say to I am a crime scene?
I know, but that was last week. You said, I need you to do this, please.
Who died?
Who died?
Someone died.
Yeah, that's...
Someone important.
And it seems to
We
be...
don't know.
I'll like lean in,
Yeah.
pull the phone away, but Marissa, we don't know who died, but they were killed on our territory. So
And it was
It's our problem now.
wolfy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fine.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring you an aspirin and some Pepto-Bismol or something, and maybe
we'll bring
some
her
churros.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Greg, I need your keys. Fine, I'll go. What time do you start? Are you opening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunday. I think we're open at
Probably like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Not too
I'll
early
go
on
like
Sunday.
10. on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Okay. You looking it
The
up right now?
I am.
Oh,
It opens at 10 a.m. on Sundays.
Classic Sunday start time.
yeah.
Oh no, it opens at noon. It's open until 10 p.m.
Oh, that's a new.
Cool.
So-
Even better.
But it's World of Darkness, so it's gotta be open earlier than that because
Yeah, it's true.
life.
No,
So,
it's not open. You just have to be there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you have to do inventory stuff probably.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be there. I'm going now.
Thank you.
You will hear her start to retch into a bucket.
You're a superstar.
Click. The number you have dialed has hung up on you.
Mm.
Alright. Do you have to work?
I should check the schedule, and I'll just.
All right, I'm rolling. Does your work screw you over? No, you do not work today.
I worked Friday, Saturday, probably.
Yeah, you work
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, so you get Sunday.
Do we have any form of like kitchen?
Yes,
here?
there is a kitchenette.
Full, like little kitchenette sort
Yep,
of thing.
yep.
Okay.
It's basically just like a wall right as you enter.
Hmm.
I'll doodle this later for you if you want.
Cool.
I'm going to then just be like, I'm gonna go. I need to grab some groceries for the week, and then I'll be able to come back and work on this.
Okay.
And I will go pick up a few things really quickly.
Okay.
That I need for like work for the week, so I don't screw myself over for
Sure.
the week.
That sounds good.
And I will pick up Marissa something from like greasy and like hangover food.
Sounds good. With that, you will, as soon as Megan walks out the door, your phone will ring again, and you can see that it's an unidentified number from the Vancouver PD.
Hello.
Hey, it's Ross.
Hey. Got my. Did you? So.
Am I there right now? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
What did you do?
we didn't do anything.
Then what did one of you do?
It wasn't any of us. That's what we're gonna try and figure out who did this, what happened, but
I'm gonna try to get you some information, but what her name? Okay. If you're out of there, right? Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay. Look her up. Her name's Roman Holiday. That's her stage name.
Holiday. Okay, Roman Holiday. Can someone write that down?
I'll write that down.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I got
Jesus, I can't believe these names.
it. They're pretty clever.
Yeah, well. Look, are you saying you need in here?
Yeah, probably. We need to figure out who did it, track them.
Forensics is gonna be on the scene for at least another couple of hours.
Okay.
I can probably get one of you in.
Okay. Okay. We can work with that. Okay, so Megan just stepped out.
Francis is going to be here for a couple of hours. Meet me outside of the club. 1 o'clock?
Okay. We can do that. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. We have to meet him at 1.
Okay.
For future reference, the other names it could have been was Adam Apple, Aiden N. Abetting,
Oh my god.
Justin Sane, or Mo B. Dick. Roman Holiday was the best one.
I like Roman Holiday.
I love
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They also have a bunch of others like Denzel Sharpener, Dick Hertz, colonoscopy, or colonoscopy. So I'm gonna close that list of drag king names from now.
Amazing.
Wow.
I know. So as the night progresses, sorry, the real night is progressing.
Yeah.
This is sorry those of you listening. I'm on decaf right now for health reasons, and it's not working for my brain. So, cheers. That's not gonna help. Placebo.
Yay.
Megan comes back after a bit with the food. Are you doing anything in the meanwhile, the three of you?
Toaster strudels.
Toaster strudels?
Well, I'm basically just trying to wake up.
Yeah.
Claire doesn't wake up very well in the mornings. Can relate.
All right. So you find your bearings and get to work on any morning routines that you have, any physical stuff, any just watching TV.
Kate basically rolls out of bed, puts on clothing, and is like, "This is good, right?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Megan will return a few minutes later with some stuff from a local eatery. So are you just looking Megan, are you looking for just like a regular restaurant, or are you swinging by anywhere?
Like food related?
Yeah.
I was just gonna pick up something like Tim's breakfast or like McDonald's or something.
Okay.
Like basically what you want when hungover.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
For Marissa, and otherwise I was just gonna pick up some stuff that I needed for like lunches for the week, sort of thing. Be
Okay.
proactive, handle my job stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh right, my touchstone is the X.
right.
I need to come up with that.
You do. All right. So Megan will return after procuring breakfast, and you'll start having to plan your day. Who's going to go in and go after this investigation? Who's Ross going to be able to get in?
Who is best at tracking and investigating?
Not me. For 2 reasons. One is that I am likely to be recognized by cops.
True.
Oh, there.
Who's
So-
the best at hiding?
Also not me.
It's you.
That's you.
Yeah.
I only have one in investigation though.
I only also
Same.
one investigation.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So we are
We're
all very
graded.
good at this.
Gross.
But I'm probably the one who can hide the easiest.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you're
be
not
the
going to
least
be
noticed.
hiding, right? You're going right into.
Yes, but I can also be the least noticed.
That's true. So they won't
Right?
necessarily remember.
Like that's what everything I have is geared towards.
Because like my stuff is like breaking things down, locking things,
Yeah.
banish, telling the truth. So I could like interrogate people, kind of, but
Yeah.
and talk. And I'm just very much presence based. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly think you're the best.
Because I can
Yeah.
use my moon gift facet to leave no trace of passing. Like
Okay.
in memories.
Okay. That's probably the best idea
My
then.
slip away
Yeah.
one.
And what are the rest of you going to do while she's in there?
What is the kind of homeless population around this area? Do I
It's
know?
Vancouver.
Yeah, but like, I have contacts in the homeless population. So
Then what is it? You tell me. Like, there are going to be people you know there, various contacts.
cool. Then yeah, I just basically want to go around and just see if anybody was around last night.
Sure.
At 3
Do you
a.m.
want anybody to help you?
Hmm?
Do you want anybody to help you, or are you going on your own?
I think I'm going on my own.
Okay. That sounds good.
They can. homeless can kind of be skittish sometimes.
Absolutely. They're very protective. So there are a couple of homeless people in the area that you would know. I'm just going to give you a couple of names real quick. For context, one is actually, I kid you not, someone named Alpha Bowden. Jessica Hart. And Art Kostka. Or Arthur.
What was the first one again?
Alpha Bowden.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. As the chat just was, Kristen was just laughing about, yeah, it's Vancouver. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not meant to be like flippant. Coastal cities have a high homeless population because it's warm here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was more this specific area.
This specific area, Mount Pleasant's not as, you're mostly in the Mount Pleasant area, which isn't as bad as, say, like, I was in Vancouver about a year ago during the summertime, and there were about 6 blocks of homeless encampments near the downtown police station. Like, it was intense. Like, entire...
Well, wasn't it Granville we were walking along before we had to go back for
stuff? Yeah. And it was quite intense as well.
And it was just constant, like, you were practically stepping over people.
Yeah.
Because they were lying on the ground, all on the side, all on this side of the sidewalk.
And it's intense, and it's sad, and it's at the same point, you know, a lot of people do it sounds strange, but semi-willingly. Like, it's not, a lot of people are there by choice, and so most people are there not by choice, of course.
Well, and it depends. It got a lot worse right after the government killed all the assisted living, essentially, for the people with
mental illnesses
issues,
and so on. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. But let's get out of those politics and jump back into game here. And so, yeah, it's not too bad, but it's still not. It's Vancouver.
But yeah, I'll go talk to a couple people, see if anyone was around at about 3 a.m. if they saw or heard anything.
Sounds good. Kate, what are you? Or not Kate. Sorry, I'm looking at Caitlin. Claire, what are you doing?
I was just going to look up, see what my sounds of the city does again.
Okay. And then what is Kate doing in the meanwhile? Because I'm going to go through you one at a time, but I want to make sure that I have everybody prepped.
Yeah. Well, Kate was pretty good with... essence. How do we get essence back?
You have the core book around here.
I do. Yes, it's right on my lap.
Okay, so check the index. It actually exists.
Exists. What?
Yeah,
I know.
Because I used like 4 essence, and it would be nice to be.
So you can go take some from your locus.
Mm-hmm. Essence. Gaining 100. Gained 100. Okay.
Which you're
Okay.
Nice.
kind of like that, but a bit bigger.
Okay.
But like this is what your basement kind of looks like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's good.
Okay. I want to look at that afterwards, but basically what I want to do is I want to see what I can find on the internet, but in like a way that can't be tracked, actually.
Sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
about Roman holiday.
Absolutely. You can totally just do like an incognito VPN search, and you have all of those built into the computer.
Yay!
If you didn't before, Nicholas installed those because,
Oh, he's a good guy.
well, he's a researcher, and
Yeah.
the number of things that I've had to research for things where I'm like, I'm on a watch list now for doing my legal job.
Yeah.
The
Let's not get on any watch lists, thank you.
Okay.
the werewolf watch list.
So
It's
I
not
just-
like you'll be flying anywhere, at least.
Touch it and absorb it, I guess?
You can just put your hand on it and absorb it.
Yeah. Okay. That appears to be how it works.
Excuse me. All right. So, why don't we go through this accordingly? So, Brighton, you head out to the area surrounding the cabaret, which is a cluster of gentrified diners. You'll pass the Fable Diner as you're walking over there, a bunch of faux places and Vietnamese restaurants, and about 7 Starbuckses and Blenzes and all of the bullshit coffee places as you pass. And you'll make your rounds. What I'd like you to do is you can roll me Streetwise plus presence or manipulation, depending on how you're going about this, and you can add your contacts rating to this roll.
Cool. Does the specialty back alleys apply?
Yes. You could also use socialize if you'd prefer.
The same. Well, with streetwise, I get the specializations.
All right. Two successes. It takes you not that much time and only about $40 worth of like donations. A couple of people don't know. Alpha doesn't know anything. She's in her late 20s and is just hanging out outside, like basically just smoking a joint on the corner. But she'll direct you down the way toward where the other two are. Now, who was the last person that I get? It was Art.
Art Costa?
Art Costa is sitting out at the mouth of an alleyway with a box of Crayola chalk, drawing on the ground, doing a 3D mural. He's an artist like yourself, and he's much older, though. He's pushing 70 years old. And 70 years, with about 30 of that being street living, has showed an incredible amount of wear and age on him. His face is a roadmap of hard living. And as he sketches, he'll look up and, oh, hey kid, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Just trying to get some stuff out.
Gotta get it out.
I don't know if I'm gonna, though. Last night was not good.
Yeah, you were around?
I was sleeping outside. You talking about the cabaret? Yeah. The back alley outside's got a nice overhang. It's pretty comfy, and like the steam vents from the air conditioning blow out and keep it nice and warm. I heard a bunch of screaming, and something came out. It was like a bear or something. Like someone like it was like a big dog, but like it was like a bear. Like it was. He gets a wild look in his eyes for a moment as he tries to access the memory and feels it slip away. I mean, you ever seen one of them police dogs? Like the big ones?
Yeah.
It was like it ate one of those and got, I don't know. Maybe it was a guy in a suit or something, but it was just, there was blood everywhere. I don't know. Maybe it was a tiger. I hear that sometimes drug dealers, they use tigers for things.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like they keep them, right? And they keep them in cages and then they feed people to them, like that Picton guy with the pigs.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a drug lord. He was just some fucking creepo who liked to just slash up working girls.
Yeah, he was.
And as he's saying this, he's frantically sketching in the ground.
Yeah. What does it look like he's trying to draw?
Honestly, from this angle, it's abstract, but it looks almost like if Picasso was trying to tell the tale of Little Red Riding Hood.
So he's trying to get the memory out.
And it's coming out distorted and weird. The lunacy of seeing what he saw has warped his mind.
Yeah.
He's normally very steady, but he's jittery. His hands are shaking. And as he starts to outline the eyes of the beast that's in the background, the chalk snaps. And he scrambles back half a step. I fucked it up. It was supposed to. God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to swear in front of you, lady.
It's okay.
I messed it up. It was supposed to be an Escher thing, and then I went and...
It's okay.
Hey, you got any money for coffee on you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You want to grab a cup and help me fix this?
Sure.
I always liked your art.
Let's go grab a cup. I'll take over, get some coffee and a sandwich or something.
Sure. Do you want to give me a dexterity and expression roll to try to fix this up and make this good?
Sure. Specialization in drawing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to give you any bonus from the medium, though, because chalk's pretty finicky. So it won't give you a penalty, but the chalk won't give you a bonus.
Sure.
Not like an actual like art kit would, for example.
Yeah.
2 successes? All right. So with a bit of time, it'll take you about an hour, but you'll be able to help him fix it up. He's at pretty strict penalties right now, but he's going to gain 1 success to that as well. And you'll be able to come up... kind of erasing the monster a bit. It'll turn that large swath of concrete into more of like a forest drop, where if someone steps on it, they'll feel kind of like they're dropping down into like a wooded pit.
Nice.
And he'll give you a tiny bit more information that I swear I'm not going crazy though. Like I did see something big, and it left a big paw print in the ground.
Yeah. Something big was there. I don't know what it was, but
You believe me, right?
of course I do.
I had a bottle of beer before I went to bed last night, and I guess it stepped on it.
Yeah.
I was gonna return that. I left a big paw print around it.
Yeah.
And with that, you think if it stepped on broken glass,
Possibly blood.
maybe something to check out in the alley outside while Megan's on the inside.
Yeah. I'll go.
All right.
Once I seem to have managed to calm him down a bit.
You have.
Then,
You're a good kid.
Nice. Stay safe, okay?
As ever.
And I'll head back over to Cabaret, to the back alley, and check that out.
All right. So you're going to head back over there. In the meanwhile, Claire,
Yeah.
what were you doing?
I wanted to look up on the internet what I could find about Roman holiday, and
That
maybe
sounds-
the person behind it.
That sounds great. I want you to do is I want you to make me an intelligence plus computers roll. You can add a +1 from using a computer, because that's the way the system works now.
Perfect.
Using a computer without a computer is a penalty. But
Wow.
I know.
Cool.
Some of the changes they made. It's just
It's some of them are really good, but the equipment bonus is
weird.
Wow. 5 successes.
holy crap!
Yeah.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, actually.
But 0 10s.
0 10s.
Well, still.
Yeah.
All right. So
Thanks.
you spend some time hunting around, and will find that she has her own they have their own Facebook page,
Okay.
trying to advertise. They're a fairly new drag king, and as you are flipping around, you notice that there is very few followers. In fact, you'd say probably about like 90 followers on Facebook. Instagram quite a bit more, but on Facebook like 90. Was that?
I said it's often the way.
It is.
In general.
What you'll find though is that consistently the same account has liked every post,
Okay.
and it's a post from a girl named Vera Scharf,
Okay.
spelled like scarf with an H in it. Vera looks very, very similar
Okay.
to Roman Holiday without any makeup on, or with completely different makeup on. A fairly chubby girl in her late 20s, with a very wide, square face, long blonde hair with dark roots that are constantly being touched up, but never really holding the dye. Not unattractive, but very plain looking. is a way to describe her. And as you pull up her profile, 5 successes. She does not have its security locked down very well. So you can actually look through previous pictures. You can see that basically all the way back to when she got her account 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You can see photos of her growing up as a teenager. Like, she used to be a real stick, put on a lot of weight in her 20s, and turned into drag kinging about a year and a half ago. She's 27. Her birthday's May 22nd. She's a Gemini. She posts a lot of things where that seems relevant to her.
Okay. Cool.
I'm 2 people living 2 lives. It's me and my holiday.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really work. She tries. She tried.
Tried really hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there maybe a bit too much, but is there any
You can ask me.
particular-
You can ask me after the information I gave you. You can ask me at least 3 more questions. So how's that sound?
Yeah.
So
Ooh, okay. Is there any particular does it seem like anyone's really bashing Roman Holiday or seems particularly attached? Are there anyone? Is there any? Yeah, maybe obsessed. Maybe just particularly watching,
so you will.
commenting the most, I suppose.
Yeah, someone who's the first person to comment like every post or something.
Yeah,
type thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Someone who's on top of these.
So with 5
Yes.
successes, you will see that there's someone named Phil. Phil Sullivan.
Okay.
And Phil Sullivan stops commenting about 5 months ago.
Hmm.
Prior to that, he was constant posting, constant trying to engage in political discourse on this wall. Very possessive ex kind of vibes you're getting off of this.
Hmm.
Hey, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to dress like a freak? You're beautiful. You shouldn't dress like that.
Hmm.
Those kind of controlling things. But the posts suddenly vanish one day.
Hmm.
Maybe he'd been blocked from the page or something like that. But you will notice that if you look through some of her past posts, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. When you block someone, does that erase all of their previous posts from your wall?
I have no idea.
Because it doesn't on a page. It might not necessarily, but on a personal profile, I'm trying to remember if it does.
I actually don't know.
You're going to see these repeated, however, over on Instagram, because I think Instagram's harder to block users like that from posting on your pictures, isn't it?
I think you can basically.
If it's not a private account.
I think you can
No.
block people from having anything to do with you and seeing
Yeah.
you, but you have to do each one specifically. Sort of
Okay.
thing. I don't
Um,
know if it retcons everything.
Yeah.
So on the public profile, you will see that there is what you will notice as you go through is that the number of likes and the number of names listed for likes is different on many of these, as if someone had been removed or ignored or something like that, which is one thing that does happen, particularly if you ignore someone yourself.
Oh, I'm accessing this on the computer. I was like, in Canada,
You can what?
you can't see Instagram likes anymore. That's
Oh, really?
your profile.
On your
On your
personal,
phone.
yeah.
But you can on the computer, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm talking on Facebook as well.
Okay.
So as you're looking at this, you will see that there's some definite hints of a toxic relationship there. And you could also look up this person by following their profile back. So Phil is 33 years old. He is a production manager. Working for a restaurant conglomerate in town. Basically is kind of like a district manager, but in charge of like production and making sure that things get delivered on time, if everybody has the exact same type of bun or beef, etc. And we're going to call it Jerry's Hamburgers, because I don't want to toxically name, like, it's, I feel fine doing a murder scene at a place, but I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's the McDonald's or something like that, you know. And I don't want to say that it's like, well, Jerry's Hamburgers sure sounds like another 4-letter hamburger place in Vancouver, but let's go with Jerry's. But yes. So he works for Jerry's Hamburgers. He's about 5'6", fairly stocky. Has a beard that covers up his double chin. And as you look at his photos, he has a lot of photos of him just kind of doing that at the camera. You know, the straight-faced, slightly jutting chin.
I know what you mean.
I know you know what I mean.
Okay.
He is also O positive blood type, according to
Oh my god.
everybody's O positive.
Wow.
Okay, I know, right? Everybody's a universal donor. Just take their blood. If only in Vampire we always roll AB negative.
Why
Okay.
you gotta be so negative?
I wasn't the other night. I was very positive. I was an electricity spirit.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. So, any other? You have one more question for sure. What do you want to ask?
On Vera's profile in particular, is there anyone who seems really close as a friend?
She has. Yes, actually, she has. Do you want it to be a family member or a sibling or a friend?
Wanted friend.
Okay, then you will be able to find a friend named Danielle. Kent, if it matters to you.
That's funny doing that. Makes my ponytail shift.
No,
You can see it in the screen.
That's great.
And if it matters to you, that during the daytime she
I
she
feel like
works
I'm
security at
understanding
YVR.
Danielle does?
Both of them do.
Oh, you do.
Both of them did, I suppose, would be the
Yeah.
right way to say it.
As Jen proceeds to wiggle her ears at me.
Goofy.
Okay.
Just a moment. It's good to wake you up back up.
Thank you.
All right, so with that, you will find a bunch of information. Have a bunch of photos that you can download. Keep in a folder that says potential murderer. That's always a good thing to leave on your desktop. I'm not gonna lie.
How many folders do you have that say potential murderer?
Potential murderer
Lots.
1, potential murderer 2, potential
Yeah.
murderer AA.
Version 1.
Well, you just have to hit it
001, 002.
potential murderer QFW2. Where you just like hit it with your palm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then going back over toward Kate, what were you doing?
What was Kate doing?
You were getting your job covered, and then you weren't going to work, and then you were not doing anything else.
Yeah, that was pretty. Honestly, once you realized you didn't have to go to
you were
work.
asking about essence.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
we-
go.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it. It didn't seem to say anything about how long it took to do that.
It's instant.
Okay.
You
so
can
just
drain
recover
your
essence-
primal
essence.
urge, I believe it is, in essence per turn.
And then I want to go recover my 1 point of willpower that I spent so far.
So how would you do that?
I can do that by following through with my.
Blood and bone.
But doesn't it have to impact.
It has to be worth something.
Yeah. So I can't just go break things.
So,
Um.
I'm gonna go smash things.
I mean, her blood is destroyer, so. Well, you know, she's actually gonna go and check on Norma. If Norma's still there.
She's still on the couch sleeping. It's about 10:30 in the morning when you
Yeah.
come back up from
Okay.
hanging out down at the. So you head downstairs.
Yeah.
Walk up to the old antique bronze stills that are set into the concrete of the floor. Each one of these stills large enough to fit a person. And do you remember the story that Val told you about this? How one time back during Prohibition, a couple of the border runners, the bootleggers that were bringing alcohol down into Washington State. Sorry, I just have to check one thing. Washington State has been a state during Prohibition? I don't think it was. But there was, oh yeah, it was 1889, so we're good. Sorry, I was just like, wait, I know that we had smuggling down there, but I just wanted to be sure. So, during the smuggling runs that went down, they had someone who dumped a shipment to avoid the cops past the border when they were taking the long way down. So they took him and they put him in one of the stills and they boiled him alive as a message to the others. His screams and betrayal to the ones that he'd sworn to serve echoed through the shadow. And because of that, it created a bridge between this world and the world of spirits. As you push your hand against the long dead still, you can still feel heat, like putting your hand against a pan that's been removed from the stove. Hot enough to still sizzle beneath cold water. Not enough to burn. Not enough to burn you in a way that actually matters. There's a slight feeling of scalding heat that rushes through your palm. And as the world blurs around you, as you stand at your locus, you can hear the clip-clop of paws. Do not drink too deeply, your totem says.
Of course.
What will you do? There is a rogue uratha terrorizing your side.
Find them. Stop them from hurting anyone else.
What if they're not?
Not what?
What if they're not an uratha? What if they're something else?
Do what's necessary to protect the territory. If they can be negotiated with, if they are not in control of themselves, if they need help, or see them banished.
Good. Protect all things. You'll see the dark shape curl up into the still and lie down to nap, guarding that gap between the worlds as you feel the motes of essence flow into you. You'll come back upstairs and Norma is snoring still on the couch.
What time is it? Like
About 10:30.
10:30? Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 10.
10.
Oh, she'd be up.
She's probably fake sleeping.
See how much she can hear?
Yeah, because we've been running around doing stuff. Gonna like sort of do that sort of like projected like, oh look, the last of the Lucky Charms. Guess I'll. Oh no, she's not awake for this.
What? No, those are my Lucky Charms.
What?
Kate,
Oh.
I bought those. Those are mine. I paid my money for them. If you eat those, I get your Pop-Tarts. Don't be a dirty jerk.
Does the box of Lucky Charms have like?
Yeah, has Norma.
It sure do. It sure do.
Yeah, that's one of the lessons that she learned nice and quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It even has my name on it, you see?
Yeah, it does. Look at that.
So don't be a jerk.
Who's Numa? Oh, Norma. I see it.
She'll
Okay.
grab it out of your hands with both of hers. I'm Numa. She clacks her teeth twice at you. And I've got sharp teeth too. Don't mess with me. I will bite you.
I know you will.
Can I have come back in during this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
And I
about...
want to come up behind her and scoop her up and like, oh, look who's the big bad wolf.
You do get bit.
That's okay. It's like a puppy.
Yeah, no, it's a bashing. Like
I'll
you'll
flick her on the side of the ear. And
and she'll drop the Lucky Charms as you scoop her up. No, my charms!
I'll catch him. I can probably handle a 10-year-old
Yeah, she's not that
in
heavy.
one arm and Lucky Charms in the other.
Yeah. She's just like a sack of potatoes, just like me.
So who died? Can I see?
No.
Not yet.
We don't know who died. Well, we do, but we don't know how or who did it.
Not yet. Someone didn't die yet, or I can't see yet.
Can't see.
Why not?
You know the rule.
No blood, gore, defenestration,
I
disembowelment.
watched Game of Thrones. I can watch this. Come on.
Yeah.
Hook me up.
Nope.
Show me the blood.
Can
No.
Claire come up now?
I think probably. You're still on the computer working, so you can just shout over your shoulder.
I got some names, but I don't know if
Any
you're
blood?
really connected. No blood here, no.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunate. Sorry.
Alright.
How does Lawrence deal with you? You're such a bloodthirsty little thing.
He doesn't deal with me because he doesn't want to bleed. She gives you the crazy girl look. The 10-year-old crazy girl.
Pat.
Yes.
Do you want to bleed?
Alright, so this one's gonna be a Rahu if she ever turns.
We have no idea.
Not
The
necessarily.
moon will choose her.
Yeah. Yep. Oh
Oh my
no.
God.
Child.
I'll take her into the side room where the TV
Yeah.
is
Alright.
and hook her up.
Yeah. I will. I guess I can put these Lucky Charms back on the shelf then.
No, I'm gonna have my... Give me my damn cereal.
Go sit. Turn on the TV.
I'll bring it over for her.
Damn cereal. Turns on the TV.
I'll very quietly slip her a Pop-Tart when Kate's not looking.
Where's the new pack that I haven't labeled yet?
Yeah, it's one of the new grocery run that you haven't labeled yet.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So I know it's yours, but you haven't labeled it yet. So
I love how role-playing games with you guys just turn into shopping and like arguing with 10-year-olds about Pop-Tarts.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's the best part of
Role-playing.
role-playing.
Are you kidding me? It's great.
It's really true.
Well,
Having...
we're building character relationships.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
I very much enjoy this 10-year-old girl.
I think I turn into a pretty good 10-year-old girl. Yeah, I was already a
Yeah.
pretty girly 10-year-old boy, so that works out. I'm a pretty girly 30-year-old man, so that's works out. Yeah, my drag name would be something great, I'm sure. So with that,
No
you,
gagging, shave.
oh, you're right. I don't want to shave my legs. Nah, no thanks.
I meant more the beard, but okay.
I mean, soon. With that, you will you'll spend a bit of time eating, having breakfast. You'll go drop Megan's. Megan, you'll go drop off Marissa's breakfast with her while it's still warm, as she is drunkenly still wearing the makeup from the night. Actually, you know what? Let me see something about Marissa.
How good is she doing the next day makeup flip or whatever?
Well, basically, I just want to know what type of person Marissa is. If she's the exhausted person, or if she's the she's always perfect.
Yeah.
She's somehow always perfect.
Even though you know she probably just puked in the back room, like in the washroom.
Yeah, but her
yeah,
lipstick
she
is
said
perfect,
Yeah.
and it's just like, how do you do that? How do you not?
Oh my God.
I'm not weak like you.
As you bang on the door before it's even open, while she's doing her restock and emptying the drop box from the previous night, she'll look over at you. Is it vegan?
Well, duh, I know you.
Okay, thank you. Hey, did you take Kate with you when you dropped this off?
No, I just did it with part of
Tell
my parents.
Kate that she owes me.
There's definitely a thing of Pepto-Bismol and like like Advil or aspirin or something in the bag too that I would have tossed in before you left. I know what she needs.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
And with that, you'll make your way down to the cabaret.
Which, before going there, I would have changed into something that was
More nondescript.
nondescript, dark,
Okay.
so I can blend into a corner if need be, just help myself.
I will have sent off what I learned so that Megan probably won't look at the back alley because I will, but I'll just mention.
Sure. Are you guys all going to go out there and kind of hang out in the area?
Yeah, because if it's some spirits, if there is spirit stuff going on, I definitely want to be like looking for that as well while stuff's being investigated on the physical side. However I do that.
So I just want to ask real quick, what does Ross look like? What color of hair?
How old is he?
He's in his 20s.
Okay. Oh, so he's a young cop.
Yeah, he's probably, I think originally he was early 20s, but I think he's probably about 28, 29, somewhere in there. Let me double check my notes real quick.
I was also kind of wondering if he knew me before.
I'll say 27. Or
No,
30,
still
31. We'll say 31.
No.
We don't have enough 30-year-olds.
See.
Ross Phillips is 31. He's
So he was
probably
your
knew-
connection?
he's Caitlin's connection.
Oh, Caitlin. Okay.
You might.
But
Yeah.
I'm wondering if
You
he,
paid for him.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering if he knew me from the streets because I'm so much younger.
Probably.
Is he married?
Is he married? Is he an option? What's going on with him?
Oh.
How do you know him? Is he an ex?
No.
You met on Tinder and you're like, hey, you're in the pack now. That's what happens if you swipe up.
Ooh,
Oh.
Swipe down.
attractive pack.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Maybe he was taking some courses at the
Sure.
same.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he could be Jacob.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure, this is our
Okay.
police
I mean, he's
officer.
attractive, so.
Maybe.
It-
Yeah. Okay.
Is he chubby Tyler Lautner?
Yeah.
Slightly chubby?
Yeah.
Okay.
So not this.
No.
No.
More.
I think that one where he was really looking straight on at the camera, very fairly iconic one of him.
No, I'm gonna type Tyler Lautner now into this browser. Oh, actually he's lost a lot of that weight. Good for him. He was getting a little pudgy for a while. He was getting a little more like looking a little more like Seth MacFarlane here.
Yeah.
He's cute though. He's got nice eyes. He actually kind of looks like my brother when he was younger.
Yeah, he's probably not like super cut, I would guess.
Like that kind of look.
But he probably gets a bit of enough exercise from being a cop and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so right about there. Okay.
Especially that age. That's the type of age you'd think is the type of cop who probably works out to look tough.
Yeah.
as
Well, and he probably like hit
just
20.
passed.
Well, he probably went like hit 25 and was just kind of like, oh, and now I'm gaining weight.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then-
shit.
So it's literally just Taylor Lautner the cop.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So with
Yeah,
that,
that's
you're
fair.
going to see him. He recently has passed his exam, so he's wearing plain clothes, waiting on the corner, checking his phone constantly.
And it was Ross, right?
Ross.
Hey, Ross.
Jesus, don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry.
Okay, look. Forensics just left. I can get you in here really quick. You got about 5 minutes to look around, okay? So do what
Okay.
you got to do quickly. Okay. If anybody asked, you were one of the stagehands last night, and you left some stuff here. I'm escorting you through.
Okay.
Okay. The body's already gone, but hasn't been cleaned yet.
Nobody should spot me. If they do,
You're gonna do that weird thing.
they're not gonna remember me,
Okay.
or they're not gonna remember me clearly. So whatever you tell them, they'll just believe probably.
Okay. And with that, he's going to lead you inside.
So I'm gonna spend an essence to do that. It's
Okay.
slip away. It's one of my new moon gifts. It's an instant duration of a scene.
Okay. So leading you inside, you'll find that the room is an absolute mess. Police tape covers the inside of the burlesque hall. The bar has a bar stool that's been embedded at the metal in the side of the bar. The back window behind the bar with all of the top shelf liquor has been shattered. It looks like...
Shit, they really wrecked the place up.
Yeah, it was like someone let a bear out in here.
Jesus Christ.
There are a couple of plainclothes cops that are... there are a couple of uniformed cops that are wandering the area, just doing a perimeter search still, but most of them aren't paying attention. And once he flashes at the back door, I gotta let her in and pick something up. I'll escort her in. Don't worry about it. Yes, sir.
Thanks.
So he takes you through the center of it.
Perception?
Sure.
I want to engage wolf senses, any smell I can get.
So
to identify.
what you will be able to do is you're going to use into investigation, but you can add your wolf senses as a bonus.
Okay, so that's like +1?
So it's a +1 plus your primal urge.
Okay.
So just a reminder that in Hishu form, it doesn't say so on your sheet, but it says so under the Hishu part of the rule book, you always gain a +1 on wolf senses. So that's nose or ears.
Okay.
And then you always add your primal urge to perception rolls, which I will include this as a perception roll because you're looking for particulates and things like that. How many did you get? You got 5?
Yep. I rolled 2 8s, a 9, and a 10.
All
and
right.
then I rolled another 8 from that.
So looking around the room, you can see the spot where there's a single lone man's dress shoe laying on the stage. Looking around, you can see that it looks like she was standing on the stage when she was grabbed originally. There's a splash of blood that leads down the arc of the stage. You recreate it in your mind. She was on the stage talking. Something happened. Something reached up and grabbed her so hard it knocked one of her shoes off. Looking inside, you can see it's a much larger shoe than a woman would normally wear. And in fact, inside of the little cordoned area, you can see that it's padded at the edge. Would have been easy to knock that off. She was grabbed and thrown. There are a number of chairs inside of a cordoned off police tape zone that have been shattered, as if someone of immense weight sat on them or someone was hurled into them. These are cheap plastic chairs with single bars of aluminum framing, not meant to hold more than a couple 100 pounds at the most. If you stand on one of these, even as a lightweight woman, it would shatter beneath you. But this, a full-sized woman thrown into them. You can see places where several streaks of blood splatter the carpet, imperceptible to the human eye. The carpet here is burgundy, but you can see the red. You can smell it. You can see the places where the fingernails, broke off into the carpet as she tried to hang on. And then the blood that's unmistakable from the carpet, the matted, hard streaks of bowel blood as she was pulled and dragged in deep rents. Places where the carpet has gone soft and ichorous, never to be recovered. The smell of shit is strong in the air. Wadded hair, teeth, and an earring lay on the ground, all marked.
Now this seems overkill for, like, if a werewolf just decided to attack her, deal with her, it's easy enough to do that without doing this amount of, like, destruction.
Make me, with 5 successes, you think that this was probably a death rage.
Death rage, or maybe a turning?
Maybe a turning, or it was very personal and they were enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3 options. What else are you looking at here? Is there anything you're looking for in particular? With 5 successes, you can help me dictate what you find.
Ideally, I'd pick up a wolf scent to identify.
You will be able to pick up a scent.
So potentially I can recognize recognize if I meet this person again?
Yes. That is automatic, by the way, so if two werewolves ever meet each other, and unless one of them is dampening their scent, if they have ever met before, they will know each other upon contact. Even if you've never met this person before and you're like, hi, this is Bob, and Bob's a werewolf, you will automatically know each other are werewolves. You will just smell it immediately.
I guess on that note, have I smelled this before?
You have not.
Okay, so this is an unknown.
But you will definitely get the pungent smell of an uratha. This is a werewolf.
Definitely a werewolf. Don't know them. And I would probably say that at least the packs surrounding us, we probably know most of their members by scent at least, having probably
You've met the majority of them, yes.
Yeah. So it's unlikely, unless they have a new member, that any of them would send somebody in to violate our territory this way.
Yeah.
So what?
Anything else you want to ask?
Trying to think what else. Is there anything else I should be asking?
Does anyone want to suggest
obvious?
anything?
How did it? Is there a trail of which way they left?
Well, I mean, we know how they left.
They left through the back door, and actually, as you look around, you'll see that there is a place where it looks like a number of these chairs were smashed and kicked out of the way, as whatever this was went out the side emergency exit. In fact, there's a streak of long-fingered blood on the side of the door.
Are there security cameras?
There are security cameras.
Was anyone recording?
I mean, that's something to ask Ross, I guess.
Take a look as quick as you can. I'll answer other questions outside. Okay. Yeah?
No, it was just something for the online looking up actually.
Okay.
Is there anything else I should be asking? Anything I'm missing? I guess I'm good then.
Okay.
Unless there's like anything you think I'd just pick up by walking through, kind of looking around.
Do we know what time this happened?
Approximately. Yeah,
About a
3
little,
a.m.
a little past 3. After the place had cleared out for the night.
Who would have access? I guess is one of the questions I
Who
love.
called 911?
Yeah.
If
right,
it was
because
empty,
Kit,
it was just her.
How did Kit find out about it?
One of
How
the
did-
bartenders.
Came back in, I guess.
No, back there. He'll point at where the bar, where the mirror had been shattered. The bartender was here at the time. Said he got thrown. He's pretty fucked up, but he'll live. He doesn't remember anything that happened. He just remembers dialing 911 and getting thrown through a wall by a bear or something. He thinks it was some guy with a chainsaw. He's really messed up about it.
He's gonna be. Okay.
I'll walk you around the back, okay?
We'll walk through the back.
Yep, he'll take you around because you don't want to touch that door. He'll take you into the alley, and you can see where it had broke open, and you will actually see on the brick facing around the alley side, there are rents in the brickwork where huge claws gouged on the way out. One of the wooden stairs leading down the 6 steps to the alleyway from that emergency exit is smashed, like someone took a sledgehammer to it, but you can see that it's just the immense weight of something stepping on it. There are gouges in the wood, almost as deep, almost a centimeter deep, from the claws finding purchase and lifting off. And you can see a small homeless encampment next door. And would you be there, or did you tell her about this?
I told her about it, and I probably would be there.
Okay, so you're waiting outside when she comes around the side with Ross.
I would have. I don't know what time I was already over
You
there.
would have been able to get back there in time for sure.
So but I mean, like, I probably would have investigated myself.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so you're outside there. We'll say about the same time. And go ahead and make me an intelligence plus investigation roll as well. Add your bonuses accordingly.
I probably.
I'm assuming that at this point you're all assembled there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did you pick us up from the our den place.
4 successes.
Our haven.
Now, it seems like out here, the police have tried to shoo the homeless away, but haven't had much luck. Asking what they saw, they've been taking statements and looking around, but the area is full of detritus. Lots of rolled up newspapers, box encampments, sleeping bags, and tents. Lots of broken glass everywhere.
I'm looking specifically for.
And as you are led out by Ross, you will see that Brighton is standing over a broken Stanley Park beer bottle.
So I was wondering, did you stop by and pick us up on the way back out so that we were with you? And
I
just
mean, I
weird-
was back at the dens.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
came with you, probably?
Yes, you would have been. So you've
So
just
you
been
went
waiting out front.
I think I probably shifted to Urhan.
Yeah?
Yeah, because if you're going in doing stuff and you're investigating, and I might as well do some sniffing.
Okay. All right. So you can go ahead and make me that tracking roll as well.
What was it? It was what were this? It was because I get the bonus to perception is +4.
Yes.
Okay.
So you add that plus your primal urge.
Just that plus primal urge. Oh no, and,
No,
my primal
your
urge
and
plus,
your perception score.
which is my wits
Wits
and
composure.
and investigation. Or
This is just going to be perception, so it's wits and composure plus that.
okay.
Kate is doing that. Claire. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why in the other games I'm requiring people to have different first initials or first syllables.
Well, also you say Kate and my ears just hear.
I know.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Question.
Hmm.
If Kate's going into wolf form,
Yes.
I probably
Full
shifted in your
form.
car.
well, if there's a bunch of cops around questioning people,
Hmm.
would we do a thing of having a fake leash?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
she's
it's
a very
not
obviously
dog.
a wolf.
Yeah, but a lot of people go for the wolf dogs, right?
It's
Yeah.
honestly.
Very wolf-like.
Yeah.
The
And
high
a-
percentage wolf.
and a
Or-
Lightweight leash will make
I
that
was a rescue.
really fake it. So I'm wondering if we do that.
Probably.
If we plan that out.
What was the name of the toxic ex-boyfriend?
Phil.
Phil, Sullivan.
Sullivan, yeah.
Sullivan?
5 successes.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So with that, sorry, I just didn't have it in front of me, so I wanted to write it down. So as you are looking around, you will you are going to find it right away, Brighton. This broken bottle, and you can see that it's got little bits of blood dried against it. As Ross brings the rest of you around the corner and the dog sniffs, how many successes did you get, Kate? 5? You are going to pinpoint uratha blood. That beer bottle that Brighton's found is coated in uratha blood.
Mm.
It's a strong, pungent smell.
If
Not one I recognize.
No.
I was gonna say, if I can smell it, can any of us recognize it? I guess is the.
You can smell, yeah, if you get close to it, you can. Also, I would remind you that if you taste blood, you always know the direction of the person whose blood you've tasted. You don't know where they are, but you know they're west.
So, is that something we would do regularly?
It's, yes.
Then, okay, cool. I'm gonna be like, bleh.
You run your long, coarse tongue over the broken glass, feeling your tongue slit and the blood mix with your own. And then the cut on your tongue heals over.
If I see her do that, I'm gonna walk over and see if there's another piece.
There's enough for all of you to have a quick taste.
And right in front of Ross, I'm gonna pick it up, look at it, and lick it. Put it back down. After sniffing it.
And with that, you'll all be standing around looking at that. Ross will turn and look. Okay. Do you have any questions that I can answer? I got to get back to work quick.
Security tapes.
They're being processed right now.
Okay. How does lunacy work if it's via video?
We'll see.
Is are there oh yeah
I'm gonna let him know,
like a guest list for
Mm.
the event or ticket sales? Were they on the website maybe?
They were Indiegogo, so they're registered.
Okay.
At least all the pre-sales were.
Yeah. Is there a way to access the tickets?
I can see about doing that, okay? It'll have to be a couple of requests put in.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
I'll lean in and warn him, like, hey, I don't know how it works on video, but if somebody sees a werewolf, like, that's why that bartender's the way he is.
okay, I'll do my best.
Just be warned, it might happen to the cops viewing that.
Okay, I'll do what I can. I'll just I'll get to work on that. Okay, if you have anything else I can do for you, let me know quick, okay?
Kate's just gonna like do that dog thing where you lean up and put like a whole bunch of weight against someone's leg, just kind of
Whoa,
like
hey.
just an appreciative like, and
And-
then ease off before he actually stumbles.
As you are doing that, though, you will hear
No tail wag.
Phillips from down at the edge of the alleyway. Did you get those homeless cleared out? Absolutely, Captain Sullivan. I'll do that right away. At the edge of the alleyway, you can see a tall man in his late 30s.
Does he look familiar?
No, but he sure smells familiar. As he looks down at you, you
As
can
in-
smell the blood in front of you, echoing the tall officer standing at the edge of the alley, flanked by police, plainclothes, and uniforms.
He doesn't look like any of the profiles and stuff.
You will actually recognize that you saw him in a photo
Okay.
with his younger brother.
So he smells like it, but isn't?
No, you smell the blood on the ground, and the scent at the edge of the alley match
Okay.
as the
And-
police captain looks down at you. Get him out of here. We've got an investigation to do. Have a nice day, ladies, he says with a smile. And I think that's a good place to call game right here.
Okay.
Because I want to tantalize you a bit. Yes, Captain Sullivan. Oh boy.
Captain
Good.
Sullivan.
Brayden's issues with authority, and this won't go well.
Oh, I know.
I'm really curious to find out if he's actually another werewolf from another pack operating in our territory,
Yeah.
or if
Or
he's
if he's-
new, or unaffiliated.
Hey, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and talk about beats? Do you guys have an okay time this game? It was a bit shorter,
Yeah.
but what's that?
Nothing.
What were we gonna say?
Nothing. Talking about me.
Talking about beats. All right, everybody take a beat for showing up.
Woo!
Everybody take a beat for avoiding the coronavirus.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Woo. Well, we had our plans canceled, so I'm gonna
We're
give you.
alive!
But basically, you guys all got sick, so you can take a beat for like us rescheduling game.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a player inconvenience beat. I think everybody did a good job role playing, so take another one. And does anybody feel like they learned or earned something as a character that was worthy of a beat, or that they fulfilled an aspiration?
Does this guy suspect us at all?
I can't tell you that,
Fine. I'll save this.
but if you can smell that he's a werewolf, he can smell that you're a werewolf.
Yeah.
I have an aspiration that's making me enemy, so.
Oh, yes, you may. Yes, you may. I will give you that one. There we go.
See, mine were yell at someone and use a gift. I did not use a gift, but
Did you know that?
I don't think so. No,
Oh, okay.
because my gifts are the like.
I didn't do
Exploding
any of
things.
my
Yeah.
short terms. I was going to try with Ross, but
Oh, we have a one night stand?
yeah.
Yeah.
Have casual sex.
Yeah.
Have some casual sex? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, he's cute. If he's not married, then he's safe too. He's in the pack.
Sure.
It's true. Yeah.
He's not gonna have expectations of like.
He's not going to give you
always
pause.
being like, oh. My long term is solidify our hold on our territory.
Take one beat toward that,
I think
actually.
we kind of work towards it a
So
bit.
long terms, you take beats in success toward them. So take one beat for that, because you were definitely more aggressive than I've seen you in most games toward the other pack, and we're very like, honestly, you're edging toward alpha of this group, and it's
Sure.
weird
Yeah.
because I was not expecting that. That's not who you are in real life.
Not normally, but I mean,
In
it
terms of our
helps that you
games,
two
like
are playing slightly younger.
Yeah.
It's just
And I'm
interesting.
playing
Christine
slightly
used to be a
older.
very submissive person, so this is a very interesting growth over the past few years of role playing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we can't fight them right now. We don't have the. No, don't get us into that situation, Amy.
Well-
Don't do it. Don't.
And also with my character being like so new, she's
Yeah.
like, I kind of want to like
Not be
assert
the one.
myself, but also I'm just kind of I don't know what I'm doing.
And I don't know about between Caitlin and I.
Oh, my
But-
blood is soldier,
You like
and my
being
bone is
told,
lone wolf.
right?
So I
Yeah.
kind of like being like
My blood is
aimed in a
monster.
direction.
Mine's
Okay.
just my blood is destroyer, my bone is guru, so it's really
What is
funny.
the bone of your sword?
And my bone is wallflower.
My blood is fox, and my bone is lone wolf.
Okay.
Funny.
So does anybody else feel like they fulfilled an aspiration, or that someone else deserves an extra beat for anything? No? Okay, that's fine for this session. I think some of you have at least one experience now.
I have 4 beats.
But did you take beats from last session too?
We got up to one experience.
We got
on that one.
5 last time, so we got 1 experience.
Oh,
last
you're
time.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So I'm
that's
at
gonna
4
be
beats
that's
at
gonna be
the
for this.
moment, I
Now, just a quick round robin since we're all here together. How are you guys enjoying the Chronicles so far?
I'm liking it.
Is there anything you want more of or less of? Since we're still in these early phases, and this is just season 1, so we're feeling ourselves out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm enjoying all of the NPCs and like just
Yeah.
getting a feel for who our
Yeah.
circumstances
Well, I
are.
kinda-
Like,
Yeah.
Like the idea of maybe moving into having more of a singular potential enemy, or
Mhm.
maybe potentially having them connected with the pack, but maybe holding off a little bit on the intense pack politics to let us get settled.
yeah,
I actually backed off because originally the plot before I started setting up for tonight was that there was going to be something a little more aggro between the packs, and that turned into, because of our trip cancellation, turned into like, oh, well, here's something else we can draw into the game that could be interesting to work on.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this sort of kind of where I feel like this plot might be going, like that we're gonna have like an enemy. Maybe he's working alone. Maybe he will eventually get incorporated into us.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah, we
knows?
know.
But it's kind of a bit easier in that he's not representing necessarily at this moment a pack.
He's not, and
Yeah.
if he is, he's
Yeah.
probably not representing a pack that's worth knowing.
Yeah.
He's
So-
and but plus if he is a werewolf, and if he is,
It feels a little more in control.
he's a very dangerous enemy on his own. The
Yeah,
fact that he
like,
has a bunch
we
of
don't know
humans
anything
working
about him.
under him
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
and he's in a position
he's
of
got-
power.
Power, like
It's really this is a problem immediately. Like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
it's
no.
it's you four against the patriarchy.
No.
which that feels really like a bit more in control. Whereas pack politics honestly scare me.
Well, and it's
I don't
Yeah.
like having to try and deal with it because it is very aggro a lot of the time, and I don't like being
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
this is already putting a a wrench into things for at least like, and makes things interesting with Kate because like she wants to be growly and
Yeah.
in your face,
but what do you do? Like
but
that's
she's
a
also
polit-
Illidan, so she's supposed to be like being the negotiator type of person.
I just realized that I also have to double check Canadian police stuff because I have to make sure that a captain would be out in the field like that. Because I'm thinking my American background because I'm the only American here.
That's fair.
So I'm like, yeah, no, a captain would probably go and supervise occasionally on a murder.
Well, I mean, if this was a fairly high-profile looking case,
Well, and of course he wants to go and inspect it
And
if
check
this was
what's
him.
going on.
If he's a captain, he just probably was like, I want to do it.
he can probably
Yeah.
do basically what he wants
It's
to.
full of
then
darkness, so like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's true.
That's true.
I
In
would
World
think
of
so.
Darkness, Canadian police might have gone towards American police.
Yeah,
so-
It's definitely true.
It seems it seems reasonable.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're worried about trying to do the negotiator thing,
Well, no, I'm happy to
With
do it.
aggro.
I like it because
well, I'm
like
just saying, like you could try and channel your aggro to being
efficient.
well that, but
Nice.
also like when
Saying,
maybe
"Good
you're
job.
not in the
I know you're
situation,
tired, you
can
just worked
have,
all
like,
day."
absolute
Sorry.
rage
That's okay.
meltdowns.
Yeah,
I know you're tired,
Around
and it's a
us.
thing.
yeah,
And
and
then
then
have
having
like
to
huge rants and angriness.
yeah, but I don't think she's at the point where she's like really able to.
Well, you'll
She's
get there
just-
though.
Yeah.
she's-
So next session, you've got a couple of things you can go after. You can try to find more things about this Captain Sullivan. You can also go into the Shadow for the first time in game,
Yeah.
which I've been trying to stagger things so you don't have to learn too much all at once.
Yeah.
Because the Shadow rules also. I will say, just from a narrating perspective, as the storyteller, you want to be on your A game when you're narrating the Shadow because it's so conceptual.
Yes.
You'll flub a lot otherwise.
So
So
it might be worthwhile to type up whatever like you think we need to know, like in point form sort of rules.
So I've been doing a lot of research, of course, and there are a number of things in this lovely book called Predators. Reminder that in Vancouver, there's spirits of literally everything. Like you can go meet spirits of playgrounds and sewers and plastic and electricity and also like spirits of big box stores.
Mhm.
Yeah.
which work as Venus flytraps for smaller consumer spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spirit world is great.
I love it.
Okay, does anyone have any last things they want to say?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed this session, and we will see you next time. Take it easy, Dork Pack. And, see you guys next time.